Chasing raindrops.
Hi, I'm Millie Bennitt and I'm excited to announce my debut solo album, Chasing Raindrops. It was released in December and we actually recorded it in Queensland in Australia at the beautiful Shalom Studios, which overlook the ocean, and we had kookaburras, would you believe it, even flying up to the window as I was recording vocals on. Also joining me in that recording was a dear friend and brother from another mother, Mark Steen, who's an Australian, and we actually recorded a live album last year called Light Has a Voice. And so yeah, it was a real privilege and honour to have Mark join me on this project as well. Much of the recording on the album was spontaneous, and well, we didn't expect for Chasing Raindrops to be like an 11-minute song either. When it came to editing, we just felt that it would, if we were to cut it short in the editing process, that by making it that bit shorter, we'd almost be depriving people of seeing the other side of the journey, because it shares some of those raw places and times when you're kind of contemplating and wondering what's happened. As you journey through the song, it's like you kind of think it's finished, but then it takes you into the positives of looking back in hindsight and of seeing the diamonds in the rain, of some of the storms that life throws at you. With Jumpstart Universe, it was spontaneous and kind of cosmic too. It actually went far deeper when we recorded it. We hadn't sung or knew what we were doing really before we even came into the studio, so that really did just flow from that spontaneous place. But that makes it more of an adventure, because none of us were sure what was going to come next. We were really pushing boundaries in what is expected in an album, and even musically, life's unexpected. So I felt that it kind of mirrors that as well. Relationships can be unexpected and unpredictable. Family's unpredictable, and nature's unpredictable, and life in general can just really throw some curveballs at us sometimes. Which ultimately can be confusing. But which is why, in Jumpstart Universe, I started singing about truth and light shines so bright. It almost sounds like a child's nursery rhyme, but it was to bring it back to that place of simplicity, that even when there's crazy stuff going on around us, if we know truth in that situation, if we know truth in our own hearts, that in itself is a kind of light. So if we know truth and we can still love in that moment, then we have actually discovered the greatest mystery, which is hidden in plain sight, and that often we only get to learn or to journey through being in crazy circumstances. So even in the unpredictabilities and the craziness of life, we get to choose our response. And sometimes we might face horrible situations that are beyond our control, and where we don't feel that we have the strength to carry on. But in that place, there's this mystery called love, and if in that moment we're able to acknowledge it, embrace it, or even just receive it, then we are empowered, even if it's just a whisper. The track Whisper came from that place. It came from a place where, even if we're willing, in that place of weakness, in that place of just feeling crushed or overwhelmed with our circumstances, if we're willing even just to be a whisper, even if it's just a whisper of love, in that place we've actually become powerful, no matter what happens. So love can truly be a constant, and love is a safety net. In face, I was contemplating looking in the personification of the face of love. So, what would it look like to be face to face with love if love was a person? So, well, if you were face to face with love as a person, the likelihood is that you would actually fall in love. There are multiple expressions of love, and it's way more than just the stereotypical roses and chocolates, romantic gestures. There's a real strength and an authority that comes with love. There's a there's a wildness, there's a fierceness. You think of a mother protecting her child, or somebody risking their life to help a stranger. Love is extravagant, and even if we're not conscious of it all the time, at that moment when it really matters, it emanates in quirky ways in each of us. And when it does, a sort of fusion of realms occurs. It can occur as your eyes meet, it can occur just as hearts connect. And so if you're face to face with the personification of love, it actually means that the very essence of love would reflect from the face of love to your face. And it's like when you catch a person's eye and you both start laughing at the same time. It's like that. When you see love, you love. Love is the overflow of being loved. And so when you see love, you love. You look into the eyes of love, you'll reflect back love. And so that is what I hope this album brings. It's an awakening of love in all the unexpected and unpredictable ways that it often manifests, and also the realness and the messiness of the journey it takes us on. It's a journey through our own souls, and ultimately into the lives of others and the places that we go around us. So I hope you enjoyed that album. I'm Millie Bennitt, and I'll catch you guys soon.